Welcome back to Unspool September. Wrapping up this month, we've got John French,
month,
Scott Zerzicki, and our special guest for this month, Mike Battle.
Howdy, folks.
And as you guys have known from checking out the website, we have finished the September movie. It is up there. You can watch it, enjoy it.
Refraction, starring the legendary Randy Tobin.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Who came up with the title?
That must have been Scott.
Yeah, you know, I have to give credit.
Toot your horn
for Ann Donahue for coming up with that. Yes, I needed a title. She came up with the idea as a sort of play on the whole photography. John sending pictures, refraction. He's seeing it a different way.
Yes.
The photos are of John, but he's refracting it a little bit, and I thought that was kind of a cool title, so we went with
very
that.
deep, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
I've always been bad with titles. My movies usually go the microwave film, the toaster film, the something. I just didn't want to.
This would have been the September film.
The September film. So
we should, for those that don't know what we're talking about, should we watch this?
Yeah, we can watch it and throw comments out there too.
Sounds good.
Watch it.
Cue it up.
All right, I just hit the old button here on the old whatnot. Is this got internets? How do we do this? We need to change some of these intro shots, I think. Oh, Mike's gonna play along.
No, I love your silly intro.
Hold on. We're gonna miss Mike's title card.
San Diego.
I was wondering what that was. What the? What a weirdo.
Oh,
yay!
Nicely
hey,
done.
A little gritty,
Nicely
but you know.
done.
Oh, I like that. I like the Legos. I like that.
Look good. Unspool.
I like using the chair here. I like how you use the chair for the title.
I like the 20-minute shot for the opening.
20-minute shot. No, wait. I wanted the cop drama to play out. I really like the cop drama that Mike Battle and I have.
Mike and Scott just
That was
walking around in
fun.
the living room being crazy.
We cracked each other up.
Sully and Kowalski.
Yeah, we were getting a little delirious at that point.
What was Randy watching on the monitor behind? You said that was your student film or something?
That confused me, actually. I was trying to figure out why he was at the
is the
computer.
TV...
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that was the TV at first.
Yeah.
He's just got monitors all around. This guy's like a
He's a tech head. Yeah, he's.
Look at that. Look at that guy.
And
all over.
Kowalski. I can't believe it.
Oh,
It's
man.
so sincere. All over. That was a good one. All over. Oh, God.
I fucking love Randy so much.
Yeah, he was really good.
I liked how, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but when the title said "Your next bro," the gunshots. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That was kind of
This
fun.
was right here because I saw this. Scott put it together by himself, and I saw this. This is where I was like, oh, we're on to something here.
Yeah, I'm really impressed.
Yeah, John sent me all this footage of him camping, and I just tried to cut something together that looked like it could be fun, but
You
scary.
composited that in, didn't you? Or is that actually on the phone?
That's on the phone.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I added extra steps because I didn't know if I could composite it really well.
No, it looks great.
So
It did.
I mean, for shooting the phone, it looks really good.
I think at this point I was like crying with tears. I was laughing.
I was just thinking of you shooting this stuff in the woods, probably freaking some other campers out with an axe in your hand and stuff. I like that. Stop.
again, this is all footage I felt like could be.
I don't know how you made any sense of the
but
crap I sent you.
I thought he's seeing things.
Yeah.
In a
This came
scary
out
way.
good. This worked good.
This worked really good. This was the idea we came up with just during the shoot. You had the idea like
yeah, I was like, I don't know. It was like one of
Mike-
the last thoughts.
Mike says, "Get a pan and we'll put water in it." And
Give me a
shoot the-
casserole stat. Yeah, that worked out really good.
Did you now the bubbles?
Yeah.
Was that composited
Yeah,
on?
it looks like a cross dissolve or something.
It's super.
So we're
50-50, yeah.
Yeah. So the bubbles are real.
My one concern was with
It's nighttime.
the nighttime. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
If you're not,
Randy.
I watch a lot of cop shows.
Yeah, he's good.
give me a sign.
And then this next fucking cut. What is this blue shirt? He's
Yeah, I know. How do you guys know him? Where's is he friends from?
He was one of the actors in the Poop movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was fun, and this is my Michael Bay shot. I thought that might be kind of fun. And
Oh my god.
You needed like
I did run
some
into-
crazy music or
they
something.
have some bushes there in that shot, and I ran into those a couple times.
Nice.
So, yeah.
What
Yeah,
a
that came out
loser.
good. That's my one video moment. This
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck?
I got to hear the story behind this again.
Yeah.
Naked
so
Randy.
so who chose
Like,
naked
which
push-ups?
part of this floor was
Okay.
was balls on?
I know.
Okay, so in this shot, I tried something here. I don't know if it's working, but I tried sticking the camera on the windowsill of the car.
I think this was a
That was good.
this is a worthwhile effort that
Effort.
could have been perfected with, but I don't know how you did this by yourself. I assumed you were hanging out of the car.
I sort of was, and I wanted to show like one shot where
Yeah.
he's going, and then it comes back up. So he's going to Camp Zaz, which I made a flyer for, which is fictitious, and he's gonna go save the John French.
I went to
The
Camp
John
Zaz.
French.
When I was a kid, I went to Camp Zaz.
Look at this beautiful looking shot, man. Who?
Yeah, is
fucking-
that
who
the
shot
lead
this?
singer from Oasis? Who's that guy?
That's the guy from Maroon 5. Who's this hobo that just? Scott Zarzicki.
John French.
Hey, how's it going?
And we shot this
awesome.
ourselves.
It looks great.
Yeah.
The lighting's
Constantly-
awesome.
Every day, just like trying to get
And there's some bad acting and
No, it's fun. It's campy. It's fun. It's good. It's a good contrast and energy.
yeah. But actually, Scott was making a point. It's worth noting that no one was here. We just set up the camera and both just stood in front of it. So we're just like, I hope we hit our marks.
Yeah.
Wow, you got it looks great.
And look, that turned out really nice.
And then the
TJ Martin
TJ.
making
Ah,
his first
TJ.
Unspool
Haven't seen him in a
appearance.
long time.
Fresh off the Appalachian Trail.
And okay, so this idea was Mike's. Mike said, why doesn't somebody just be holding the phone or something? And so I thought it might be kind of funny if it's just in the dirt.
Yeah, I like it.
So maybe the character drove off, but he left his phone in the dirt, and it's just now playing the reveal, which is like the.
And this music, I thought was great.
Yeah, the
This
music, the
came
sound was
off,
great.
free off the internet.
This is a free site, and I think they're credited.
This is fun.
in
This is
here.
a great credit sequence. The composition's awesome. I love the phone,
Yeah.
the dirt.
Yeah, and again, I put the video on the phone. The phone's playing,
It's impressive.
and
it looks
all,
good.
It all came across.
Look at
The
that
I
fat
thought for
sausage.
sure you composited that in.
No.
But that looks really good.
no,
It's amazing how there's
I'm
no.
not good at compositing, but so
October might be fucked. Yeah, there's the
Yeah.
credit music. Kevin McLeod.
Abstract anxiety. I've been there.
Oh yeah.
I've had some abstract anxiety.
Yeah, last night.
Yeah.
These are the Twitter followers that put us up to number 23 on iTunes during the month of September. Thank you very much. As promised.
I see a Rob McCalcy there.
Yeah, I
He's
see
gonna
Rob.
He's going to be our October
That's true.
guest. Coming
So that's
up
your mom, your dad, your mom, your brother.
here. Yeah.
And then 4 other accounts.
Yeah.
I create.
I like these
4 of your own
mouth,
accounts.
Things you're doing.
I don't know what I don't know why I didn't even know I was doing this because I just sent you all the video and I wasn't aware of it.
I used the best moments, and so here's some of the best.
Pliny
ones.
the Elder, little shout out to Russian River. Sorry, Dodgers. Unspool.net.
There you go.
Unspool podcast.
With a little.
Look at this!
Sure.
Look at this jolly little camping group that I went camping with, and they put up.
I know,
with
that's
this,
so nice.
With this nonsense.
Yeah, I was gonna say they let you ruin their trip for a little bit.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, what's he doing now?"
This guy's a
That
weirdo.
is my favorite part of the whole thing.
You like that at the end?
Yes, it's just so Randy. I don't know. Because he's where's he going? Who's this guy? But he's fucking pumped. Yes.
Well, he was working out naked. He's like ready to go.
All right,
I
let's
know,
hear the
dangling wham cam.
the naked story and how this came Dangling
Okay.
wham.
I mean, Wayne can't. It's like the mosaic.
Which
dangling
part of the
Wang
floor were his balls
mosaic.
on?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't actually touch because he is really good at
the
holding
push-ups.
the push-up position. I did cut a scene. He did an entire routine where he took the flashlight and used it as a baton and was going around the room practicing because he was going to beat up your assailant, whoever was. That was his motivation. So he was going around the room, right around where the computer chair was in the beginning of the film is where he was working out. But and I had to cut it short. Unfortunately, I only had so much time to show him working out. But
Are you guys going to keep a limit to how long your films are going to be? Just not to get off topic.
No.
But,
I don't think
or
so.
Just let them be however long they end
I
up
think
being.
whatever
Cool.
they end up being.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah, it'd be
mentally,
more
you're
more
like,
to worry
it'll
about.
probably be like 3 to 8 minutes. I think
Yeah.
this was like 8 with the title sequence, but like if
it just
We ended
this
up
one
with a
felt
2 hour.
right.
It looked
Yeah.
really
felt
good.
right. But
I'm really impressed that you were able to throw it all together.
yeah,
But it's fun because it like from the beginning, I think I said to you guys, I got inspired by True Detective, and then it just sort of like evolved from there. Where like from
and
a
you
detective,
just ran with it. Like
yeah,
we
it's amazing.
Well,
were
but-
here for the one. We got to get back to the Randy story.
oh,
But like I really didn't know what you were gonna do with this limited camping stuff I gave you, and I'm like, I know he's shooting with Randy, and I was out of town, and I had no idea what you could have possibly put together, and like you made the stylistic thing and these
Yeah, it's
like
nice and moody,
wow,
good
and
light.
like
Yeah.
it just. And I think Randy brought it home, and the whole it's super weird. I was
super weird.
crying like so hard when I was like, what is this?
I
It's
remember
just weird.
I was
And
editing this for
I love it.
many days, and I just kept on
You
saying
kept,
to
you
myself,
kept sending me text. Well, so I was in Wyoming with my brother and my dad and people for my brother's bachelor party, and I got back. I didn't have any cell service. I got back on the airplane, and I think I was in Salt Lake. And I was on the plane, and I texted Scott, "Hey, how'd shooting go?" It was great. Randy got
Randy got
naked.
naked.
Now I have to
Seriously
blur
naked.
his
That wasn't-
balls.
He was
No,
really naked.
No,
It
he's
wasn't a cut
dedicated.
piece?
Randy is dedicated, and he after we shot all day, he came in the morning, and I tried to work out like a plan for him, like the reason why that the John French scene with him coming out the window, and the fact that is Randy could only donate the time in the morning, so I just we'll just. It just
Fair
has
enough.
to be night day,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever. It's just
Yeah.
it's unspool, like whatever. Just
Doesn't
get
matter.
over
Just do it.
And then we filmed it, and we did it in record time. It was like 2 hours for everything.
He's
Yeah.
a pro.
2.5 hours.
I was gonna
And
say.
we did one take, and I was like, "That's it. You got it. Like, let's move on, and we'll do another scene." And I knew from looking at his footage, because he had shot his footage first, what pictures, kind of like what text he was gonna get. And all the hands are my hands. I mean,
I wondered about that.
Okay.
actually.
yeah, I didn't want to waste Randy's time. So all of the big stuff is Randy. All the little hands, like holding the phone or whatever, is just me. And it took me a while to get the stuff cut into the phone so I could hit play, so I could hold it, whatever. Just me and the camera. But we did it all. And the last scene we filmed, the second to last scene, was the outside with the blue low cut shirt. And we're filming that, and I said, this is our martini shot because this is all I need to in my head to like get the scenes, get the right amount of text messages going, because I needed to say you're next, bro, and all that stuff. And then he was like, you know what? He's like, I got an idea for you, and I said, sounds good. What do you got? And then that's what led into the nudity.
So.
And
You
so,
can never say no to that.
No,
Right? You're like,
'cause-
go for it.
Who-
'cause-
because so I said, he's like, I don't mind. He worked in a film recently that was like a art film, and he said they were naked for most of the time, and it was. No, he said it was, and he's like, I got used to being naked, and I said, if you're
practically
if you're
naked in the poop
comfortable,
movie.
let's do it. And sure enough, we
I-
got in here, and
You said Anne was in the kitchen, and you're
Are
like,
you
I'm just gonna
serious?
close the door for a minute.
yeah, I said
Oh
it'd
my
be
God.
probably best if you just didn't come out here for a couple minutes. And so she stayed in, and we
You were
filmed this whole
gentle.
thing, and
Yeah.
and he did his push-ups. Then he got up, and I shot it a couple different with the wide angle and the close-up, and he's just like, and then we just mosaiced everything out. But you know, he's
And Mosaic's the funny
That's
choice.
awesome.
Too. Like it's funnier than
Randy's awesome, and
Yeah,
he
that's
he really is dedicated.
great.
There's no way I could take off my clothes for
he
camera. But
he sent a Twitter or a Facebook message that he really liked the movie, and he's like he wants it to be in his contract that he just gets to appear naked in every
Everyone
single
would be-
movie.
that'd be
He's
funny,
Like
yeah.
talk to my agent.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, deal.
a nude shot in every
One
of
way
your
or
films.
another.
Yeah.
Streakers.
But no, I thought everything came together, and in fact we shot the John French in the casserole dish first. So everything I kind of shot it
Yeah.
to make it work with the footage. Like the John, I knew that there'd be 3 text messages, and John's shot his stuff in the camping, and we shot the casserole dish. And so
The floor stuff.
the floor,
Where
and
I got
save
spilled
me.
on.
So I kind of knew where the setups needed to be, and I just needed enough scenes to explain why he's going crazy. And you know what? And Randy was saying, he's like, since my character is going crazy, he should just be taking off his clothes and working out and getting ready and training.
He
And-
really felt the character.
Yes, and I was like, you know what? That does sound, because in the beginning of the film, like he's editing, he's like whatever.
I think it's great.
But then
I like
He's
that
watching
added
like
more
3
this-
screens of crime
Because he was
drama.
otherwise just gonna be this straight character, so it's good that he he made him even more quirky than I think we even discussed.
At the end, he just
Yeah.
gets bizarre. Yes. And then with the sunglasses. Oh, and then you were asking me about the film that was in the opening shot with the refraction credit. That's my first Bolex film that I had to cut together. So that was Nick Urban on the Charlotte Pier. Is that a place?
Yeah.
In Rochester.
Uh-huh.
And I did a little fake Mentos.
Oh, I remember
I
that.
remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Charlie's
And-
class.
And I had to cut it, splice it together with tape and all that stuff. But it was our first edit from a Bolex, so I shot it, edited it, and spliced it, and then I ended up transferring everything to video. And
And why is it on your computer? You just have it on like.
yeah, like when we were doing the August movie, I was just digitizing a ton of stuff because I didn't know what I wanted to talk about, but. So I thought that might be kind of funny as like a little. I in fact it's out of focus, so only I would know what it was. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that's a little Nick Urban going to
Old Nick. Nick was like a famous actor when we were. Starting.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he
was
was
He was
great.
like in everybody's film.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
good. He was in mine. He was in my first Bolex film.
Yeah.
He was the lamp man.
What was your first Bolex film?
Well, because it was silent. And are you talking about the same film where it had to be in-camera edit? But you said you had to splice. I don't remember.
No,
splicing.
in-camera edit was a different one, but this was
I think that was our first film. Was the in-camera edit one?
in-camera edit.
Yeah, you're
This is
right.
like
Yeah.
2 films later.
Oh.
Like the final, right?
Maybe the final.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I remember
'Cause
now.
I sat in my room
Yep.
and we had a take-home
yeah.
film splicer.
yeah.
And we had to
Oh,
take,
and I was
remember?
holy
And
shit,
then
dorm
little,
room,
little tiny movie.
I gotta get mine
My
digitized
X-Acto knife.
somehow.
It was a little moviola, and we had to crank it and watch it
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, I
Mine
remember
was
that.
because it was silent. That was the whole joke. I got my friend Joe.
Oh, it's silent.
No, I know, but I made a point
Oh.
Oh.
play off of that. So it's like he wakes up. It's a guy, classic college film guy in his dorm room waking up to the clock, right? And like he wakes up late and he looks at his alarm clock like, why didn't this go off? And then he goes to like brush his teeth. Then he goes to like there's a whole bunch of things where he can't hear things, and so he's eating cereal, and then someone's knocking on the door, and he doesn't hear that there's someone outside knocking on the door. And then he pours some Rice Krispies, and he's all excited, and he leans down to hear the Rice Krispies, but he can't hear them, and that's when he's like, no, because it's like there's no sound. But Nick plays lampshade guy who just happens to pass off the milk to him, so it was like this quick shot where Joe sits down at the couch, and Nick like immediately just hands over a gallon of milk, but he just we took a lampshade and just put it over his head. The most random thing ever, but it was great. It's like the naked push-up shot. It's like,
Yeah.
like what? But that's good.
Dedicated to the role.
No blurring out, but still effective.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I assume you guys enjoyed the film.
Like,
think
I-
it turned
I'm
out
impressed.
I think
well,
it's fantastic. Like I love it when we were over here when we watched it, and I don't know if it was that night or the next night, but you put it online because I think you were making like a slight credit change or something
I
like
make
that.
sure that you like the credits. Yeah.
And it was like 1 a.m. and I got the text message. You're like, all right, it's up on the thing. Watch it. and like I just sat in bed, Milena was asleep, and I just watched it 4 times in a row. I was just like cackling to myself. Like I love it so much.
That's
and
fun.
it doesn't make like there's a story, but it doesn't make any sense. And I love it. Like it's so weird. I don't know. I'm really just happy with it. Like I only hope we can do better. Like I can't imagine doing.
That's an amazing start for your first film.
Because I was like, we're all like, here, he's there. We have we can't, and like the scene in the where I come back from camping, like we shot it in 15 minutes before I went to work at like 7:31, like Tuesday morning. He came over and we just like filmed it and like.
Oh, right before work, yeah.
Yeah, like, and I was like, we ran out of shots, and I was like, I gotta go, like. Like, and I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go together.
No, but
it's
it's
the
missing,
stuff on the phone and all the video. I don't know.
It's just missing like the essential like establishing shots or a sense of time. Like you don't know if it's today, yesterday. Like it's just like a bunch of blah and Randy and and I was like.
But the first when it cuts, then he's in bed and the murder, like the first like I'm just like sold. I'm like, what? Oh, I'm in. Like,
well, I think that one of the troubles is like I got Randy late in the month and I'm trying to edit, and then I hit a point where I'm like, this absolutely makes no sense. It's the stupidest thing ever. But do I go out and try to shoot like houses and time lapse so we can establish where he is, or do I just go with it because I have to post this thing?
Yeah, it's like
part of the challenge
I got
is to
like
get
6 days left. Like
a couple nights. And I had everything edited except for the Randy, and I put that in, and then I had everything edited except the phone because I needed to know where Randy was going to be so I could shoot the phone where he's going to be.
So you had to shoot that after though, the phone.
Yeah, so I woke up at like a couple mornings at like 6 a.m. to run around outside and to like film me like holding the phone.
That's impressive.
And people were like walking their dogs, and I'm sitting there like with the phone with like you're
naked.
next, bro. Yeah, and then going around to like trying to remember, like looking at the shots, seeing exactly how he. And in fact, you'll notice that when I'm holding the phone in the bed, he's holding it with a different hand or a different way. Like he's holding it like. But I thought he's holding it with his left arm.
I didn't catch that.
No, but there's like lots of stuff when I was cutting together.
Yeah, because you're watching
like,
the phone.
Yeah, like okay, it's backwards.
Yeah,
but.
there was no shot that you were like, what? Like, I mean, I think the only thing which we already mentioned was the daytime, nighttime. But you said there's nothing you could do about that.
The car thing, which I know you wanted to do, but the idea for it is super cool. Like
it was my attempt at like a one shot.
Yeah.
Take home.
I don't think you read the flyer like 100%.
No, I think that was a fail. But I wanted it to come across like he found a flyer for the camp that you went to. That's sort of like the message I wanted to come across.
You know what it would have been? I think there's a couple things. Do you mind if I give a little criticisms?
Let's do it.
I don't want to be. There's a couple things that like it's. First of all, I just gotta say it's awesome. Like you were able to put that together so. It looks good. It's got a good flow. You made a film. I mean, it's there. We made it. So
that's all. Scott Zarzicki, fantastic.
No, not at all. Because everybody contributed. I mean, Mike Battle, he directed the scenes of you like underwater and outside and dead on the floor. So all the stuff like when you were here. Mike Battle directed that. You directed yourself at camping, and I directed Randy.
I just drank.
And then we kind of
good job.
Whatever, directed both of ourselves for that shoot where we met
nobody directed that.
Nobody directed that. But everybody kind of did a little part, and we just kind of mailed it in, and then I just had to it kind of worked itself out because I just used all the parts that we did, and it worked out.
It's amazing.
What were you gonna say?
So I have little criticisms that I was watching. I can't. I'm super anal. The one thing that I was wishing there was like the TV. I wish you could have seen from behind the television. So you see he's watching TV. If you just had a monitor or something, so you're shooting just over the backside, like the Simpsons couch guy, where you see the TV in the foreground, just a little bit.
I knew what was going on.
Because the monitor thing, I don't think would have been a bad idea or would have been fine if there was a TV in the foreground. But because there wasn't TV, I was a little confused as to why is he looking at the TV, then turning around looking at something, and then
yes,
that was like a little minor thing that I noticed. Then as they continued, you'd probably
But he's
get less
really into the
credibility.
cop show too.
That's true. That's true. You're right. That's true.
Kowalski
And
and
I would be
Sully
too.
are-
That show sounds awesome. Like, I want to watch that show.
That should be the next
That
one.
should be, yeah, dude. That would be so sick if you just string up like movie into movie into
everything
movie,
like
or
continues
something like
in
a
a weird
prop
way.
or some call out to the
Yeah.
previous film would be
Oh
really
man,
cool idea.
that would be super cool.
That would be fun.
Thank God Kowalski died.
Yeah, right.
So I
Yeah,
don't
we got to
think
stop
we need
acting in these.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be
Oh,
cool.
that would be cool though.
That's
if
a
we
good
could
idea.
like 12 months from now, there's some weird callback to naked push-ups or Camp Zaz.
I'm
or
not doing
something.
it. yeah.
I'm Sully's back, and I'm taking revenge on
Yeah.
all my partner who died. I've
Yeah.
got no.
Well,
thought you were-
Kowalski's got to come back to life. That just makes sense.
Yeah,
He-
this is
it's
not
Robo
the last we've heard from
Kowalski or
Sully
something. Yeah,
Kowalski.
yeah, something like that.
When you get all over.
Whenever,
Something like that.
whenever there's a TV, it's Sully and Kowalski.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. That'd be great.
Yeah, he'll have to come back to reprise
That was a blast. That was fun. Just ad libbing that stuff.
Yeah,
That's great.
you're good.
You were good. You kept me
bizarre.
laughing.
Scott had some.
Where'd you
some
get
classic-
shot? Everywhere. Or all over. That's what it was. Yeah. All over. That was great. All over. That's good stuff. But no, the stuff with you, you were like criticizing your acting at the end. It's campy, but that's fun because like it's totally radical in the mood. Like it's change. It's a good contrast between the serious, eerie
Like
drama.
Scott's at the barbecue and he's not barbecuing anything.
Yeah, it's just scraping it off.
Oh, and the outtakes you can hear. You walk up and you're like, "What are you doing?"
There's
and I
some
say,
overlap. Like
"Yeah," and I say, "I'm." He's like, "What are you cooking?" And I say, "Nothing." And I look at you, like I'll just be honest, nothing.
Nothing's on here. We're cleaning it up.
But
Very Hank Hill of you to keep your grill cleaned.
And we had done some other weird thing. I know it didn't get included. Where like, I think now it just plays normal, but like you won't notice it. But like, I just show up and I'm like, oh, hey, and Scott's got a beer he's drinking, and I just show up and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? And then I just take his beer and walk out with it. But I don't know of anyone. And then I had a different beer too that I think we ruined for continuity reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. The other
I
beer
just
didn't
remember,
work.
Like it was 7:30 in the morning
added-
too, and I
you
was like, I
added
guess I'm
that-
drinking beer.
Yeah, you added it too many takes
many
later,
edits
and I couldn't figure out how
yeah.
to get that in and out. It makes sense, but you might be able to spot it in the cut. I'm not sure.
Who
Like
wrote,
you might be holding.
who wrote? Did you guys write the script together, or who came
I
up
don't
with the dialogue?
It
I never
developed.
saw. I didn't see a paper script.
No.
Scott
Oh, so
showed
it was
up and he
just
was
ad-lib? It
like,
was
"You
just-
just need to say your next, bro."
Yeah,
I was
and,
like,
and you
okay.
need to say this. We need.
What about with Randy? I mean,
No, it's all about. For me, it was all about points. Like you have to get to this point. You have to get to this point. Like it has to.
But yeah,
the scene
actually,
has
the
to
fact-
develop.
So
a
there
certain
was
way.
never like, was there? There must have been some sort of outline. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I mean, we had the general plan,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it was just like for Randy, it was just in my head is like what he has to do, and he came up with all the dialogue, except for the
I watch a lot of cops.
that one. I was like Randy, because he was like I want to help you, and I said Randy, your character watch a lot of cop shows, so tell him like you can help him because
Yeah.
you watch it, and then his delivery was like
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Actually, that was one of the shots that I felt like a little thing that I would have tried to see if it worked. It might
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Is when you have him, he's looking at John in the window, and I thought it would have been good
is
to
it
have
night
like
outside?
you could have just cut back to John before he says his line. So you have him
Okay.
looking, and then you see John, and then you see him like.
So you really see the
And you see it like so you can see him think,
Sure.
how should I react to this? And then you cut back to John one more time, and then he's like, I want to help you. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just to kind of build up a little bit of more like because it makes it more awkward. Like, what am I looking at? Like, maybe I should reach out to this figure, this ghost in the window, kind of thing.
Sure.
needs help.
But
yeah.
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 But other than that, like those few things, I think it was
No, I mean
amazing.
there's always like when you're being rushed, you
Oh, yeah.
try to make your
It's-
best choices, and there's always things like I wish I had time to do and perfect, but
course,
at the
that's the
same time,
process.
I think that the last day of September was like on a Tuesday, and I was pushing this thing like to send to John French with credits on like Tuesday night, being like, this has
Yeah.
to be done.
Yeah, because
Make sure the credits are okay. You're gonna see the final film very, very soon, and when you signed off on the credits,
and then we had it up the next day.
yeah,
I think, right?
yeah. So it's kind of nutty because you get to the point where I've seen it so many times, and when John's out of town or at work or whatever the situation is, like you can't always like get that kind of feedback. And
It's-
this one is crazy. This one was like
Yeah, that was,
nutso.
It was
Like,
a big. I mean, it's a
but-
big start. You
It's
guys,
it's yeah, right.
this is
Like
for our first attempt. This is
I
yeah, it's fun. It was fun.
good
I,
one.
I and again,
Dense.
I give all credit to Scott. He just nailed it. I think it's great.
he did a really good job.
I can't put into words how much I love this because it's so just
It's a success. that
Weird.
You
Well, it came together as a good combination of like having Randy, and then like I really enjoyed the cop show. Like
Yeah, that was
cutting that.
yeah.
was so fun.
and the
and, like, the
I'm
sound
not-
music
effects.
and
full
yeah,
audio.
dude, you did such a
and
good
just
job
like,
of that.
and
Yeah.
if you listen, in fact, you can listen to just the audio as its own thing
Yeah,
on the
it's,
website.
Unspool.net.
yeah,
you can
oh,
listen to
cool.
the
Yeah.
and the bloopers are up there too.
And
I saw the bloopers. I didn't
if
hear-
you
I didn't hear
hear
the
it,
others.
like you hear me like slowly go up the stairs, and
Yeah,
you hear
there's, like,
the
there's
guy.
Foley and
He pulls the whatever that thing is in the gun that he pulls
Yeah,
the to cock
cocks
it,
the gun, yeah.
and then he shoots me all over, and then you come up and you hear it do tuk 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 tuk, and then when you cock the pistol,
Yeah.
I just love it.
No,
Like
it's
your
good.
one liner, your
It's
delivery,
fun.
it's fun, and
I love stuff like that.
you're a mean cop,
Throwaway
so
stuff.
yeah.
We were a good team. We were good. Kowalski
Nice.
and
Yeah.
Sully to the end.
Yeah. Well,
I
that
gotta
was my
avenge you.
end.
I gotta
Yeah.
avenge
No,
you.
you're coming back. Like
Yeah, I think so.
there will be more.
Robo Kowalski.
Sully, I haven't died after all.
Yeah, like we're at the funeral, like the classic the tombs being lowered at the flag. Over
Wait,
and then you just it starts shaking.
Sully,
Yeah.
my heart.
Or like I have a dream in the middle of the night that you're actually alive, and I run and I dig up the fresh
You
dirt.
dig up.
Like, you're alive.
And the casket's empty or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Great.
So rip apart
job.
my intro because there's definitely a lot to criticize about that, even though it's
What do
2
you-
seconds short.
Who cares?
2 things. One, my camera that I was gonna use.
Yeah. What did you end up shooting it on?
The camera I was gonna use was
Mike's
the same
like
camera
a-
you had, and I had the whole 16:9. I was all excited. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be great. Haven't used this to shoot animation with, but this will be perfect. And then the battery wouldn't last more than like 10 minutes, if that. And so it kept dying, and I'm like, all right, this sucks. I can't keep interrupting. I mean, when you're animating, you gotta you want to do one take. You know?
Yeah.
So I just had to take whatever else I had, which was my webcam, and it was, I thought, HD, but it does not look HD. It looks gritty as hell.
It looks fine,
But,
it's
yeah,
like the
it's-
colors are like kind of
and it was blown out.
little.
Yeah, the lighting was bad.
And I tried to work with it a bit. There wasn't much I could do.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It didn't have
I
enough.
felt like I let the team down with that.
No,
No
it's
way.
fine.
But-
It's fine. I enjoyed
like
next
it.
time.
that's the whole
It made me
thing is like
smile.
you do what you can
Yeah,
with the
that's
time
the
you're given
learning
and,
process. But yeah, I was pretty embarrassed. I was like, oh man,
No.
this is pretty bad.
It's better than a piece of paper with Mike Battle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I was trying to do something, like we were talking about the Lego couch gag.
turned
and,
out
you know.
awesome. It's
Yeah.
great, and the sign jumping and that weird
Yeah.
flower bed of that poor
The
whoever's
flower
house
thing,
that
I
is.
don't know about
I know,
that.
it's weird.
The sign thing's great. I love that.
You know, the
feel
photo
so-
of you
I'm so
coming up
embarrassed.
from the flowers.
Yeah.
That's your photo on my phone now.
Nice.
So when you call, it's like you
Aw.
looking all pretty, like coming
Oh,
up
yeah.
with, yeah.
On the flower bed.
I like it.
This
Yeah.
is Sully at the top. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Rip
No.
that should be the ringtone.
So who's next? So who's your next guest? Can you say now, or is it gonna be
So
Liz?
Rob Lakowski.
Rob Lakowski
Yeah,
is
he,
All right, Rob.
he
the
will
guest
join
for
us.
October.
Yeah. And
Look forward
yeah,
to
he
seeing you guys
said
do it.
he's got something in mind, and it should.
He's
be
actually he's like soup. He's like I got the perfect thing. We're gonna do it. So
kind
I'm
of
like,
kind of nervous about it. Like
It's gonna be cool because the more you guys start to build up a body of work, the more people can get creative before they even come into this and really.
yeah, you
like,
you know it's funny because like
Yeah.
you were like sort of like a beta test.
Yeah, I was kind of like I was
you're like what's going on?
like early on. I was just letting you guys talk in the beginning when we first started talking. I was like, okay, let's see what this is about. But now people are gonna go in seeing some previous work.
I'm like
and
yeah, and I have an
Yeah.
idea of what's been done.
maybe I'll come back and maybe do another one later with you guys. and-
Of
Oh, that'd be
course,
awesome.
Yeah.
You're always welcome back,
Yeah,
especially
be
as a
cool.
veteran guest now.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
The
Well-
OG. There's only one first guest we can ever
Yes.
have, and
Yes.
it's you.
Well,
Yes.
Mike Battle, you wanna-
I love it. I think
Yes.
it's
Yeah,
awesome.
you
like,
did an awesome job.
with this random idea we came up with.
That's fun.
You know, like a month ago, and now it's like some living, breathing.
It's a total
great
success.
thing,
You guys, I mean,
great.
from inception to final film, I mean, you did exactly what you set out to
Yeah.
do. I think it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
part
That
of
was
it.
fun.
for
This
your
was
help
great.
and-
It was very
Thanks.
fun.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. And for everybody else, check out unspool.net and
Twitter
check out
at Unspool, Instagram, Facebook, all over the internet. Sorry to cut you off.
Unspool podcast.
Bloopers and the full cop audio.
Yes, the bloopers are fun. Yeah, we put a few of you in there. So anyway, enjoy and check out unspool.net.
Thank you, and we'll see you in October.
Woohoo!
All right.
Cheers. Jinx.
There you go. It's
Nice.
45 minutes of
Woo!
audio for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Good though. I think it's
And there you have it. That is the wrap up for September 2014. This has been Unspool. You can find us online at unspool.net, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever else at Unspool Podcast. Send us some email at podcast@unspool.net. Let us know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it, and tune in very shortly for the October pitch with our special guest Rob Lacalci, and we will see what kind of nonsense we can get into for October of 2014, and then we'll go from there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for the support, and we will see you next month. Thank you very much. Cheers.